so many storms in recent years.
In South Bradenton, near the point of Hurricane Milton's landfall, a mobile.
All right, now we're on. After I've been blinded by the fluorescent lights that Brett did, you messed something up. What'd you mess up?
I think we're back to normal now.
Okay, it feels
you
messed
have a
up.
light that is out.
Where? Oh, that one right there.
2 of them. One at the end too.
I wonder if that's intentional because my lighting seems fine. Yours seems quite off.
Huh.
Yeah, just don't turn on that fluorescent light again. We're supposed to get a different light for that one.
Yes.
No, we are. I got an update this week from the engineer, and he is taking the equipment out of the old studio. We're gonna get it put in here. He's got a hunting
studio.
Well, not the old studio, but the WIRX studio over there.
There's nothing in there.
I mean, you're in the building. Just walk over there and look.
I haven't walked that way, and I'm not sure when, honestly.
Oh, goodness gracious. So we've got a lot to talk about this morning. You've got your Bear preview.
We got Bear preview.
Bear preview. How was the game last week?
Yeah, it was a very good game.
Really?
Yeah, that was like a small college football game.
Oh, good.
That was a lot of good hitting.
Okay.
Portage Northern had 2 D1 players. I think St. Joe has some future college players. I'm not sure what level.
We should talk about the presidential campaign and Donald Trump's visit to Detroit.
Is that today?
No, it was yesterday.
Yesterday,
and he
okay.
said some things.
What did he say yesterday?
He insulted Detroit.
Okay. What did he say?
Well, we'll talk about it.
Okay.
We got to talk about it. And I'm trying to find the full speech here because somebody somewhere must have already transcribed it. I'm sure if we had the video, we could download it and transcribe it in like 2 seconds. But I'd like to get the full context to really understand what he was saying. But we do have reports on this as well.
Like the 60 Minutes interview?
He didn't do a 60 Minutes
I'm
interview.
About
what do you mean?
Vice presidents. They're saying they edited the interview.
Really?
You missed that? I can't believe you missed that.
I didn't hear that. Well, we had hurricanes.
That's been on the news. Now they're demanding that it be the full interview be vetted.
They got in trouble. Well, we'll take a look at that. All right, we've got a couple minutes here left
of on that one this morning.
ABC News. Well, we'll take a look.
Yeah,
we'll take a look.
I grew up watching the CBS. Did you? I mean, my dad watched it pretty much every Sunday.
I do remember the 60 Minutes program being on every Sunday night, and it drove me crazy because I just wanted to watch Disney. The Wonderful World of Disney.
Sunday night movie?
The Sunday night movie, yes.
And there was only one TV in the house probably.
There was only one TV, and it was huge. It was huge. Yeah, you must be getting your news from somewhere else because I don't see it.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll find it. Send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Well, we'll come back in just a few moments. Good morning, Bill. Good Friday morning to you.
What's up, Bill?
And we'll be right back in about 60 seconds with some more news.
Laundering schemes that moved over $670 million in illicit funds through TD Bank accounts.
Bank regulators also imposing a cap on TD Bank's ability to take on new U.S. deposits. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
More than 70 million Americans who receive Social Security benefits will be getting a 2.5% cost of living increase to their monthly checks, the lowest increase in 4 years. It amounts to roughly about $50 every month. Extreme heat continuing in the West. Phoenix hitting a record high for the last 17 consecutive days. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Meet Brian. He just got $5,000, and it was pretty easy. I'll tell you how in 10 seconds. Brian needed cash help. After being rejected by banks, he tried 27cash.com, told them how much he needed, even let them know he had bad credit. In minutes, 27cash.com found a lender who deposited $5,000 into his bank account the very next day. If you need cash help, even if you have bad credit, go to 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
From the Pat Moody Studios, this is News Talk Sports 94.9. WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
And good morning. Welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. It's 7:05. I've got Brett Witkowski here with me on a Friday. Good morning, Brett.
Sir.
It's good again to see you, and we will be talking about some of the presidential politics in just a few minutes, just for fun, because you found an article about some interview editing that has drawn some criticism. And then also, I'm going to be talking about the more important thing, which is Crocs for dogs.
That's important to dogs. And dogs are a major part of our audience.
You have to protect their little paws, because when it starts snowing and everything else, you got to put their
true.
Anyway, we'll talk about that in a few moments. We have a whole lot to talk about, but the forecast for today, mostly sunny skies, breezy conditions. It's going to be a high around 80. May get warmer in some areas, maybe a little bit chillier here by the lakeshore, but we're going to have southwest winds, 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, partly cloudy, a low around 52, 5 to 15 mile per hour winds out of the northwest. Saturday, partly sunny, 20% chance of rain during the day, and then a 40% chance tomorrow night. So as we move into the evening of Saturday, you're going to see a higher chance of rainfall, a high around 70, northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Extended forecast Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We do have about a 30% chance of rain each of those days. Sunday's high is going to be around 64, Monday's high 53, and Tuesday a high around 55 degrees. It's going to get warmer later in the week. The Tigers did lose to the Cleveland Guardians at Comerica last night. Final score is 5-4. That ties the series at 2 apiece. So the Cleveland Guardians and the Tigers are going to face off tomorrow night, Saturday night, 8:08 p.m. Eastern, and you can hear that game right here on WSJM. So whoever wins that one wins the ALDS. They go on to the ALCS to take on the stupid Yankees.
The
New York Yankees.
The very good Yankees.
No, the New York Yankees.
Yeah,
I won't say what
they're good.
I can't give you that opinion because I'm objective.
What's your favorite team?
I don't have favorites, Brett, but I do appreciate.
Who do you root for?
I'm rooting for the Detroit Tigers right now.
Well, no,
I've always had an affinity for the Detroit Tigers, and I tell you that because of Tom Selleck, right? Magnum PI, wearing the hat in Hawaii. But then also, I've appreciated the Mariners in the past.
Sure,
I've appreciated them.
Yeah,
because I got to see Ken Griffey Jr. hit some home runs
in the Kingdom.
Yeah,
did you really?
Yeah.
That'd been one place I would have liked to have gone and seen.
It was a great place to watch a game,
and probably loud.
I mean, it was huge. It was so
big.
It was so big.
Yeah.
It didn't feel loud, but that's where the wave was invented.
Right.
And
was it at a Mariners game or a Huskies game?
It was probably Mariners because nobody likes the Huskies.
Nobody likes Washington Huskies?
I do not like the Washington
Huskies. They draw well.
I do appreciate the Washington State University Cougars, though.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I think I think I saw where some local Michigan fans went out and watched them play. And
I heard that as well.
That's cool.
I think Commissioner Julie Werfel was one of them. She talked about that yesterday at the board commission meeting, and saw the Huskies win. Right?
Yeah, so, they upset Michigan.
Yeah. Oh. But no, they have the Huskies have a great place to play. It's right on Lake Washington.
Yeah, I saw that. They were doing ESPN was doing something like pregames, and that's the only place that has people tailgate out in the parking lot.
Right.
People tailgate on their boats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can.
That was pretty cool.
You can boat, you can kayak, you can do all kinds of fun stuff there. But the Kingdom was really cool because that was their stadium. It was totally enclosed because it made sense because it always rains out there,
right,
in the wintertime. And so then at some point the sports teams were like, we don't like it. We want something new. And so there was this huge contracted battle over demolishing the old stadium, using public funds to build a new stadium, and they eventually built 2 new stadiums. They got rid of the old one, and unfortunately, when they were doing some of the renovation work, when I was a news person in Seattle, a construction worker was killed because they fell from the ceiling there.
Are the new stadiums close where the Kingdom was?
Yes, yeah, they're just to the south, just a little bit, just a stone's throw away, or a clam's throw.
Clamps
because they're on the water there.
Right.
You tricked me. We talked about sports. We have more to talk about. We'll talk about those things and others. But first, we have to get we have to get.
Tricked you.
You did. We talked about the sports ball, the foosball.
Foosball.
We should have foosball tournament results here.
I
Look
like
that up.
playing foosball.
See if there's a foosball circuit that's active right now.
There's a rock, paper, scissors one.
Yeah, I know that. That's so silly.
I love playing it.
Really? Okay, you ready? Go. Ready? Go. One. Yeah.
I'm good.
I didn't.
Good.
I forgot to go.
No decisions.
All right. Some of the news that's happening from the WSJM newsroom today. Good news for Lake Michigan College. They have seen growth in their enrollment for the second year in a row. LMC Vice President of Enrollment, Marketing, and Government Relations, Al Pasholka, who is a big fan of the Lakeshore Lancers. I'm not even getting a reaction from Brett at this point.
They're having a tough season. I've been there. I understand what it feels
Al
like.
Pasholka tells us they're seeing increases across the board. He believes it's because of all the ways a student can enroll and earn a degree or certificate without having to pay the majority of that tuition.
I think what folks have come to understand and realize now is to come to the community college for 2 years, and at LMC, it's been free for the last couple of years, even before the community college guarantee. There's a great value there.
Pasholka says enrollment this fall is up 9%. Credit hours are up 12%, so more students taking more classes. The increase has been driven by recent high school graduates and people who realize they can save some money by going to community college before transferring to a 4-year institution.
In Berrien County, a lot of families feel as if college is unreachable. College is not unreachable. We can find a financial aid package for your student that allows your student to go free or on a reduced tuition. So this is all about access.
Pasholka says the increases in enrollment seen at LMC in recent years have themselves been increasing. In the fall of 2022, the college saw 300 new first-time students. This year, the number is 511. He urges anyone interested in pursuing a higher education, even adults who have long since graduated high school, to contact a community college to learn more about the aid programs available. Berrien County Road Department is starting a new project in Lake Township this weekend. Saturday morning, you can expect California Road between Snow Road and the city limits to be closed for utility work to install a water main. Roads Department spokesperson Audrey Boone tells us the work will be dependent on contractor work, and they hope to have it open by Sunday.
It is going to be just about in front of where the middle school is located, so no through traffic will be permitted there between Lake Street or Shawnee Road to Snow Road. Everyone should seek alternative routes or utilize the recommended detour route.
Expect the road to be reopened on Monday. Traffic using California Road next week should expect some shoulder closures. In other road construction, Ferry Street between M139 and Berrien Springs will be undergoing a resurfacing project. That's anticipated to start the week of October 21st. When that happens, you can expect intermittent lane closures in that area. And we told you about this earlier this morning. The new Dollar General store on M139 in Benton Township has already been robbed. The Benton Township Police Chief Greg Abrams told colleagues during the Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety's chat with the chief program this week that the robbery happened around 8:45 on Thursday morning.
We had a armed robbery at the new Dollar General on M139. One lone black male suspect entered into the business wearing all black, white gloves, stole an undisclosed amount of money using a handgun, and then fled from the scene in an unknown vehicle at this time. It is believed that this suspect is possibly responsible for other Dollar General robberies as well, as he seems to know the operations of the business.
Abrams asked anyone with information on the suspect to contact the Benton Township Police Department. He said the township should be able to come up with a monetary reward for anyone that leads to that person's capture. The new Dollar General opened at 1393 M139. It replaces the old Dollar General at 1606 M139. The grand opening celebration still set for tomorrow.
What happens to the old one?
I don't know.
You know, it's like the old CVS's or Rite Aids and Greens.
Yeah,
I don't think they
one?
own them. They just rent them.
Yeah.
And then move on. That's what always disturbs me.
The empty buildings.
They just sit there. I mean, the one on Walgreens on Pipestone sat there for probably close to 20 years.
Yeah. Larger issue for the region.
It is.
Yeah. Big issue. All right. We've got more to talk about at 7:14. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg alongside Brett Witkowski. He's here. And we're going to talk about sports ball. You've got a preview of the Bears game that's
Sure
happening
do. And
this
found
week.
the Arizona Foosball League.
Is there a league?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll talk about that too in just a few minutes right here on WSJM.
A Game 5 will be necessary to decide the American League Division Series between the Guardians and the Tigers. This after Cleveland pitched.
We're going to have to get on Dave Wolf for not sounding as excited as he should about the Tigers.
I'll let you. You're his boss.
Well, I mean, he just said he comes on with his sports report. A Game 5 will be necessary. I mean, come on, it's the Tigers.
Oh, yeah.
You live in the boundaries of Michigan. You got to be excited about this.
You want me to get excited about it?
Yes. Quit playing on your smart
No, I'm
device.
trying to bring
there.
up the stats
Oh, for foosball?
for St. Joe football.
Oh, okay. You're getting ready for your program there.
Yep.
Okay.
Got to find it here.
How was the game last week?
That was a very good game.
Why?
It was just like two really top teams, which, sometimes you get mismatches, and after a few minutes it's pretty obvious who's the better of the two teams.
Yeah.
And those sometimes are harder to broadcast.
Oh, okay.
Especially if you're on the losing end.
Yeah.
I mean, because they're we're not Stephen and Smith from ESPN, and we're talking about a college,
But you guys are good.
division. Yeah, but what
Don't
I'm
sell
talking,
yourself short.
well, I mean,
One day you could be big.
no, well, I'm already big,
Okay.
but it just at the end of the day, they're high school kids,
Right.
15, 18 years old, and
Yeah.
one
I
of our-
find it exciting. It's good.
oh, it's exciting, but
Yeah.
when they're losing and struggling,
Yeah.
I remember St. Joe had an 0-9 season 20 years ago, and that was tough. That was really tough.
Yeah.
Because they're kids. You have to put that in perspective. How
Yes.
close was my score last week? That's darn close.
Let's see. What was the final?
48-34.
And it was Portage Northern.
Yeah.
42-34.
Oh, yeah. And St. Joe scored right at the end. I was going to be dead on. I remember that. I was like,
What was the final again?
48-34.
48-34. Okay. All right. We'll get back to news. Well, get back to shoe talk in just a few moments. But let's see. Yeah, the web thing's acting funny. Bill so far has said good Friday morning, guys, and I don't see any other comments, but
Yeah, that must be locked up.
it must be locked up unless nobody's giving us comments. Maybe we have to put one out there.
Hey, usually Friday we get like 40 of them.
Did you listen to the candidate interviews? Oh, look, here it is. Yeah, a lot of them are just coming in. Diane says, good morning.
Morning, Diane.
Bill says, I listened to last week's St. Joe game, and Brett got excited about that game. It sounded like a good game.
Yeah, that would be the understatement. I do get
You get a little excited?
and if you're looking for an impartial broadcast, probably not the
That's
one to
not
listen
it.
to. And that's okay.
All right, we'll come back and talk some more in just a moment.
After a cool morning, we're going to end up with warm temperatures. We're going to end up around 78 along the lakeshore, 80 degrees inland. It's going to be warm. Down to 52 tonight with partly cloudy skies, and the cooler air starts to filter in tomorrow. A few scattered showers, high temperatures back near 70. We'll be back into the lower 60s on Sunday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
All right, it's happy Friday morning to you. It's 7:18. We've got a temperature outside right now. Let's take a look. 51 degrees. Excuse me. We'll have the
choked up over
I'm
there.
all choked up because I'm emotional because once again we will have the St. Joe Bears football, high school football preview brought to you by Laser Graphics. That's coming up in just a couple of moments.
Sweet.
You see, we found two stories to talk about related to the presidential campaign. So one of them has to do with President Trump being in Detroit yesterday and criticizing the city of Detroit. Did you hear about this yet?
No, I did not.
All right. So I'll read the story because I've been trying to find the full text of his speech to see if there was some context we could put around it. Haven't been able to locate it yet. Everyone's got the video up, but nobody has the transcript up. Former President Donald Trump criticized Detroit while delivering remarks to an economic group there yesterday, saying the whole country would end up like the city if his Democratic opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, is elected. The whole country will be, you want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit, said Trump, furthering the quote, our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president. Basically implying it's going to be messed up. And so Trump's remarks came as he addressed the Detroit Economic Club. So you're in Detroit and you're making those comments. He said that he made conflicting remarks about Detroit throughout the speech, saying it was a developing city in an apparent compliment, but then also saying that Detroit, the rest of the city will turn out like it if Kamala Harris is elected. Many people did not take kindly to those comments. Harris, for one, speaking to reporters in Las Vegas, praised her city as a great city. She was in Las Vegas at the time. She said, Las Vegas is great. By contrast, my opponent, Donald Trump, yet again trashed another great American city when he was in Detroit, which is just a further piece of evidence on a very long list of why he's unfit to be president. So I don't know. I mean, you think about it. Why would you imply that Detroit is a messed up city if you're speaking in Detroit and saying those things, especially knowing how Detroit has kind of been on this comeback path?
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's not I think if you look at the history of it,
yes,
yes, but in when it's a political timeline,
right,
with 3 weeks to go, probably not the best words. I mean, if you look back over the last 50 years, yeah, I mean, people would be hard not to argue it's been screwed up.
Yeah, absolutely. As many urban areas have. I mean, we've seen New York City, for instance, go from a dump to a great place where you could walk around safely and free, back to a dump again because of the crime. Chicago, you talk regularly about the shootings that happened there. The whole school board resigned last week. Did you see
saw that. Well, but I don't think any city has seen the mass exodus of population.
Yeah.
Detroit went from 2 million people to just over 600,000.
That's crazy.
And, and there's a lot of challenges with that. You got water pipes that were built for 2 million that has stagnant water that feed one house on the block.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
I'm not going to interpret what he said because I'm not going to. That's not my job. Not the best comment to say with 3 weeks left.
Yeah.
Should have just left that as coming back and
should have just said, "Go Tigers."
You're probably right.
That's all he's got to say.
But I mean, I would like to know how many people at the Detroit Economic Club actually live in the city.
Good point. Within
Very
the city
few.
limits. Yeah. Yeah. The other story that you found has to do with the interview with Kamala Harris, current vice president and presidential contender Kamala Harris. Former CBS News staffers are asking they are demanding an independent investigation into 60 Minutes over the brewing Kamala Harris interview, what's called a scandal, even as the network stubbornly has dug in its heels and refused to release the full unedited transcript. Now, the long-running news show 60 Minutes has come under fire after allegedly cleaning up the Democratic presidential candidate's answer to a question from 60 Minutes correspondent Bill Whitaker about Israel that aired during the special episode on Monday. Her reply was starkly different from the quote-unquote word salad the vice president served up in a clip to promote the interview shown by Face the Nation the day before. Now, the controversy has prompted media insiders and critics, including Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump, to question the ethical standards of CBS. He says, I think there should be an outside investigation. Actually, that was attributed to one CBS News journalist, a former CBS News journalist, who told the New York Post on yesterday, obviously there's a problem here. If they care about journalistic integrity, they would conduct an investigation or release the full transcript of the interview. If a news source is editing the sentiment, editing a comment so that it changes the sentiment or it makes the candidate look better in one way or another, that's no longer clean journalism.
Excuse me, and I agree, and it's not. These stories not just coming from what we call Republican-leaning news outlets. No. I mean, that was, I think, NBC that I sent you was running that story.
Oh, did you send me that one as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so even what people would consider maybe more Democratic-leaning media are running the same story.
Yeah, it's tough. So we'll look for some additional information on this one, but the claim is out there that 60 Minutes was editing Harris's interview. And again, especially when you've gone through the process that this election has gone through of no primary for the Democratic nominee, you want to make sure that you're hearing and understanding who that person is, or at least getting it out there. If you're a journalist, you want to get that out there so that people can make their own decision. If you're editing it for them or at their behest, that's another question to ask is, did somebody ask you to clean that up?
Right.
And did you? Federal Communications Commission Chairwoman Jessica Rosenzwersel denounced former President Donald Trump's threats against free speech Thursday after he taxed CBS and called the network for the network to lose its license over the recent 60 Minutes interview. So
At
the
the end of the day,
FCC getting into it, come on.
Well, at the end of the day, they are a private company. They can do what they want. But,
Sure.
I mean, then don't represent yourself as being independent or neutral.
Yeah, very much. But now on to the important things that we need to talk about. Well, do we talk about Crocs for dogs, or should we do the St. Joe's football preview? Let's do the football preview.
I like the foosball.
All right, let's do the foosball preview. And the St. Joe High School football preview is brought to you today by Laser Graphics. We thank Laser Graphics supporting high school football, supporting this update on WSJM. So, Brett, what are we looking at for the game this week?
And thanks to Laser Graphics, they do the player of the game, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Bobby DeLong, St. Joe's tight end, was our Laser Graphics player of the game last week. So, last week, St. Joe had a great win against a very good Portage Northern team. St. Joe only had 9 yards of offense at the end of the first quarter, ended up with over 500 yards of offense at the end of the game. Together, I think they had 1,000 yards of offense. So when those two teams get together, it's not bad defense. This is really good offense.
What in the world happened in that first quarter?
I think part of it is St. Joe wears their opponents out over the game because they try to play 22 starters.
Okay.
Other teams just don't have that ability.
Yeah.
And I think it wears out. So first quarters are usually closer, then it kind of becomes a blowout. Today travel up to Mattawan. They got a new coach. Mattawan lost to Portage Central 2 weeks ago, 7-0, which is a rarity in high school football in today's world. Then last week beat Lakeshore 42-7. They run, if you've ever watched the service academies like Navy, Army, Air Force, they run a little bit different type of offense because they just don't have the size or normally the athletes, and they run that up there at Mattawan. It's a team fighting to get into the playoffs. It's one of those games I think you got to be careful if you're St. Joe. It could be a catchy game as you look to next week, the final game against Battle Creek Central. I think they're wearing purple uniforms, I was told, for that last home game.
Oh.
To honor, I think, Maddox Williams, who was a young man who passed away of cancer last year. And that cause. And then they go back on the road to Portage Central. So, if you want to win the division, you got to win the games in the division, which is Mattawan. It's on a grass field. St. Joe and Lakeshore don't play many games on grass anymore, maybe one or two a season. And I was talking to one of the referees I was with last night. He said Mattawan's field's in horrible shape.
Oh, no.
They're building new stadiums the last year for it. But, those are type of things that injuries can pop up. St. Joe does have some injuries going on right now, which is normal this time of year. I do think St. Joe's offense and defensive line will wear out their opponents again. Maybe somewhat close in the first quarter, but then I see St. Joe's running game and passing game and their ability to fly on defense and get to the ball quickly is a way of taking control second, third, and fourth quarter. I think it'll be like 42-14.
Okay.
St. Joe. So remember, I was pretty close last week.
You were close last week. So last week's prediction, Brett had St. Joe 42 and Portage Northern 34, and the final score was
48-34.
So you guessed 42-34. It was actually 48-34.
And if they would not have scored in the last, I think, minutes, St. Joe I'd have been dead. I've been pretty close all season. St. Joe's offense is pretty proficient. And, giving up 34 to a Portage Northern team is, you might say, that's a lot of points. It's not that bad. It could have been worse because Portage Northern is a good offense.
Was that their toughest opponent this season?
So far, yeah.
Do you anticipate they're going to face somebody tougher?
Portage Central, maybe on the defensive side, but not the offensive side. And then if you look at possible playoffs, probably would be the second round if they get to the Zeeland, Grand Rapids, Holland area schools.
Okay.
That then I think the competition rises to another level. The only thing I'm not sure of is how good is the SMAC conference this year? They didn't do great out of conference, other than St. Joe, which went 2-0 against two very, very, very good Division IV teams. The rest of the conference did not do that great. But there are some surprises in the conference. Kalamazoo Central, which has been struggled for a decade, and couldn't win that division. And Kalamazoo Loyal Orcs, which has struggled for my whole lifetime, is having their best season in probably 20 years.
Where are we sending WSJM's Sean Robinson for in-game updates?
So we're sending him down to Brandywine as Benton Harbor travels to take on the Bobcats. Both teams are young, very young. Matter of fact, I think Benton Harbor has, so they got 30 guys playing. I think they said they had like 18 to 20. This is really the first time they played.
Was Brandywine the team that had played half a game last week?
Yeah, they played Dowagiac, which is a very, very good Division V team. And it was 63-0 at halftime. And
ouch.
Yeah.
They had a lot of injuries.
A lot of injuries. I know two ended up going to the hospital, and they had others. And the coaches made a decision probably at halftime that, it's not going to do us anybody any good to go out and play the second
I'm
half.
glad they made that decision.
Yeah. Football's different. If you lose by 63 in basketball, you probably can get back on the bus.
Right.
Your ego is going to be hurt, which it should be. But if you lose by 63 in football, you just got a physical pounding.
Yeah.
But I applaud schools who try to keep that varsity schedule going. It's a commitment to the conference.
So we're having Sean at Brandywine, Benton Harbor. What are we looking for in that one? Other than a win for somebody.
Yeah, I think Benton Harbor will get their first win.
That'll feel good.
Yeah, they have. If you look at their scores, they have continually got improvement on the defensive side of the ball.
Benton Harbor?
Yeah.
Okay.
And their offense is coming along. When you take over with 8 days to the season starts, it's tough to get your system implemented and for everybody to understand it.
Okay. All right. Anything else we need to know?
Just tune in at 6:30. We'll have the pregame show, and we'll have an interview with Coach Pratley. We'll preview other games in the area. Then you can listen to Phil and I at the coaches show tomorrow morning at Full Circle Cafe with all the coaches. And I think we do end up with all the football coaches. And then we wrap it up with Lakeshore's cross country. And then one of the referees is coming on at the very end, making an appeal for new referees.
All right, Brett Wachowski, we thank you for doing this, giving us the Laser Graphics football game preview. St. Joe Bears, you're going 42-14. That's your prediction.
42-14, St. Joe.
That is your prediction. Okay, we'll check that next week. And then also in-game updates from Sean Robinson, WSJM's Sean Robinson, who's going to be at the Brandywine Benton Harbor game. Where is that? Is that here? No, that can't be here. It's got to be in Brandywine because Benton Harbor can't play here this week.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know if you've done a story. They're redoing field and
track. We've talked about that. They're redoing the field, the track. Yeah. This follows the redo of the basketball thing that they've been working on.
And probably the boiler.
And the boilers.
Is the boiler all done?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. That was a big deal last year. Remember?
Yeah.
It helps have heat in November.
It does help. Yeah, it helps the students focus when they're not freezing.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got more to talk about at 7:33. WSJM Morning Show continues. We've got ABC News coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Have you been thinking about building your savings? Probably.
All right. We continue. So tell us about the Arizona foosball.
That's just all I know. There's a league in Arizona for foosball. It's out there.
There has to be another league.
Well, that's the only one I could really find.
Foosball league.
When
there's an International Table Soccer Federation. What are you talking about? Arizona's the only thing you could come up with.
That's the only thing that popped up.
Because you got the slow phone.
Yeah, we had to dial it up. They actually had a rock, paper, scissors tournament in Stevensville one year.
Okay, we have to do the rock, paper, scissors. Ready?
Okay, hold on.
Ready? Okay. One. No. You got to play with me, not just yourself over there.
Okay. Well, I got to count to 3.
Ready?
That's
Ready? 1, 2, 3. You did like 4 beats, and I still won.
Oh.
The rock, because the rock beats the scissors. Okay, one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, start. My bad.
Yeah, you did too.
I know. No, I know. I understand. Come on, let's do it the right way. This is best of 3. It's tied 1-1.
No, it's not 1-1. I beat you on that one because I had scissors and you did paper.
Okay.
So it's 2-0.
No, I won the first one before the break.
All right. Let's see what Let's see what they're saying on the video live stream here. Let's see. Great weather this weekend. Oh, look at this. Oh, now we have all of our comments coming in. Stephanie says, hi, happy Friday. Happy Friday, Stephanie. That's my wife. Diane says, getting ready for work. Excellent, Diane. She says, good morning, Bill. Good morning, Diane. Got to make sure we're still having commercials here. Let's see. Diane says, check out beautiful weather today. Absolutely. Going to be great weather this weekend. Hopefully getting his yard cleaned up. Bill is going to clean up his yard in the back. Bill, all you got to do is get one of your radio controlled cars out there, put the biggest tires that'll fit on it, and just tear around the backyard until the leaves are gone.
I like to see him post a video of that. Not the cleaning the leaves of him racing.
Oh,
I like that stuff.
I mean, I think I have video around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of him racing. It'll take me a while to get it. Let's see, what month was that? It was like July or something. Maybe it was March. I don't know. Anyway, I've got to focus here, concentrate because we have the Bloomberg Minute. We're only 7 minutes behind schedule.
And you act surprised.
Yes. Okay, so for the oh, look at this. What is this? So I'm looking at the International Table Soccer Federation. Apparently they don't like to be called foosball. But the International Table Soccer Federation website. It's funny because I don't know if this is an ad. I think it's an ad. Yeah, it's an ad. There's anti-doping information brought to you by the World Anti-Doping Agency.
Oh, who would have thought?
How do you dope the little players on the foosball field? They're just little wooden figures or plastic or something. Jeez.
Steroids is prevalent.
I mean, do the actual players who are spinning the thing, are they on steroids?
Must be. Or Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Get a little bit more of a spin going.
Do you do any of those energy drinks?
No.
Good. I'm glad you don't.
You?
No. That'll poison you. That'll mess up your kidneys. It's not good. Oh, look at that. Facebook activities. Oh, the Bonzini. You can get the Bonzini soccer table. All right, we'll come back in just a moment. We've got some more news to talk about.
Boeing has filed unfair labor practice charges with the National Labor Relations Board, accusing the striking machinists union of not bargaining in good faith. The machinists remain on strike in what is now a 4-week walkout. The union said it's willing to talk, though Boeing, quote, needs to meet us at the table. Stock futures were slipping this morning as traders geared up for the latest earnings season, with big banks kicking things off. Stocks ended slightly lower yesterday as investors assessed a hotter than expected consumer price report. The broader market yesterday slipped 0.2%. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
I applied to get my passport renewed online.
Good for you.
Online.
Don't have to go to a post office anymore?
Don't have to go anywhere. As long as you meet the requirements. If it's I think less than 5 years expired, and you have a digital photo, and you're not changing your name. You can change your address, but you can't change your name. And a few other requirements. You can do the whole thing through the State Department website online.
Good for them.
Yeah, so I met the 300 different requirements to be able to do it online and did that. So anxiously awaiting for my passport. Don't know where I'm going to use it for next, but we'll see.
Well, it's good just to have it.
Yeah, in case we get called up to cover the international foosball tournament.
Yeah, or the space station.
Or this, yes.
I know that would be your dream.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'd go to space. I like to look at it.
I meant like going to Florida when they land or something.
Oh, I've been to Cape Canaveral.
I visited it.
Yeah, big old buildings.
Cool.
Yeah, old furniture, like 1960s. The forecast for today does call for mostly sunny skies, breezy conditions, a high around 80. We've been talking about this all week. It's going to be very warm today. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusts up to 20. Tonight's forecast.
Who's Gust?
Gust?
Oh.
What? Gus? Oh, okay. That was a joke from Brett Witkowski right over there.
Yep.
Tonight's forecast. Tonight's
Just for you.
brought to you by Mama Graciano's Cookies.
Oh, they'll be coming tonight. If you stop by Coach's show, I might give you one.
On Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. That's at Full Circle Cafe, and you can hear it on WSJM. Forecast for tonight, partly cloudy skies, low around 52. Saturday's forecast. Saturday, it's going to be partly sunny. There's a 20% chance of rain during the day. That becomes a 40% chance of rain at night, a high around 70, and still those northeast winds, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, partly sunny and about a 30% chance of rain each day. Monday and Tuesday, they're saying lake effect rain.
Doesn't happen often, does it?
I don't understand how they're able to predict that so far in advance for lake effect rain. Well, anyway, the conditions.
Well, write that down like you did my score and see if it's right.
I will see.
Go.
We'll keep that the high Monday around 53, and then it'll improve as the week goes forward. Tigers are playing tomorrow. Tigers are playing tomorrow because they lost last night to the Cleveland Guardians. So that series, the ALDS, is tied up 2-2. And the final game, it's the best of 5 series. The final game will be tomorrow night at 8:08 p.m. And you can hear it right here on WSJM. We've got more sports coming up with Dave Wolf in just a moment on WSJM ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. The death toll from Hurricane Milton now stands at...
I talked to some people who talk to people. Friends of ours have places in Florida, and they fared well. They weren't down there for this. And let's see, do that and do that. Sorry, I'm just getting some stuff in order here. One property owner is not sure how their place fared, but another one said the screen on their lanai was just ripped off. Because everyone has a lanai down there.
Is that like a 3 seasons room?
It's like there's only 2 seasons in Florida.
Oh.
Summer and extreme summer.
Yeah, true.
But it's the screen around their outdoor pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of outdoor pools, aren't there?
There are. And they screen them in for 2 reasons. Number 1, mosquitoes. Number 2, alligators. Yeah. Do you see some of the video of the alligators chomping at the tires of cars going through? They're all over the place. The alligators are not happy with this.
Well, they got thrown off, of course.
They did.
They're not endangered anymore, are they?
Were alligators ever endangered?
Weren't they on, or you couldn't hunt them and stuff?
I don't know.
I thought they were in Florida.
When I was still eating meat, I had some gator tail. It was so good.
Was it?
Oh, yeah. It was real good. A lot of butter.
Like lobster?
Yeah. I do like lobster. That's good stuff, too. What else is going on?
Not much.
Yeah? That's good. Should we just do the program like this? How are you doing? You feeling okay over there?
I'm fine.
You see okay?
I see fine.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Yes.
Is your ear okay?
It's better. I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay.
My back popped and my ear got plugged. How about that one?
Did it make you that mad?
No, I don't have eardrums pretty much.
Why not?
So, like when I was 21, I felt like I had water in my ears the whole time.
Okay.
So my parents got me an ear doctor, and they check your nose, and first thing they said was like, "My gosh, how many times you broke your nose?" So I'm like, "Oh, never." And they said, it looks like about 20 times because when it breaks, it heals cartilage.
Sure, yeah. And it was just like, this is my natural nose.
Yeah. And then so they put tubes in my ears, something that happens like for little kids.
Yeah.
And I bet I've had it 20 times since then.
What?
Tubes put in my ears to keep my...
What, they redo them?
Yeah. And so because of that, they've done it so many times, my eardrums are like paper thin. So like when I fly, nothing pops.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's not bad. It's no pain, no pressure.
Okay.
But negative is if I take a shower, I can't go in the swimming pool.
Huh.
I can't put my head underwater.
Can't you get earplugs or something like that?
It doesn't work. I tried it.
Okay.
Went to Wisconsin Dells one year. I thought, I'm going to go out with
it. Water slides. Water slide capital of the world.
Did not work.
Oh.
I think it's very painful. So whatever reason, I leaned back, my back popped, which felt good. And then my ear got plugged.
Oh.
But it feels better, so that's a good thing. It means
okay.
That means the hole did not close.
Oh, or where the little tube is.
Yeah.
Huh.
So I think they've done it so many times. I don't think it can close up, but at times it doesn't help the hearing side.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not sure what we're going to do.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, let's see. Bill says Dirt Devil Speedway, Battle Creek, Michigan. They have a page on YouTube. Look for any car with the number 0 on it. So if you go to Dirt Devils Speedway, Battle Creek, Michigan, they have a page on YouTube. Look for any car with the number 0 on it. You can see Bill's car racing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for him. Is he racing this weekend?
I don't know if they have league this weekend, but there you go. Teresa says she had an energy drink and her heart felt like it was coming out of her chest. It was crazy. I will never drink one again. Good. Do not do that, Teresa, especially if it doesn't feel good.
Is that like just loaded up with massive caffeine? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I remember. Do you remember the old drink Jolt?
Yeah. Like, was that Mountain Dew on speed?
I don't know what it was, but it was the first hugely caffeinated carbonated soda that was out on the market, and it took all kinds of flack because kids were drinking it, and it was hopping them up on caffeine even more so than the sugar and the caffeine of the regular Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
The only caffeine I have is I did grab pop this morning.
Yeah,
just did not get enough sleep, and I did get.
That's not healthy. You got to get more sleep.
Oh, I agree with you.
Maybe referee 10 fewer games per week.
Well, no, I try to do one a week.
But you did 2 last night.
Well, it's double headers. I mean, if you're going to sign up for those, you got to do them.
Oh, all right.
For whatever reason, though, I was stupid. Next week,
just stop right there.
I sign up for a double header Tuesday.
Oh,
single game Wednesday and a single game Thursday. I had no idea what I was thinking. That's called stupidity.
Oh.
And then the last week, I just have one game and I'm done. So I don't mind doing it. The JV game yesterday, that was a pretty good game. That got me kind of fired up.
Oh, yeah?
Freshman game, I was yawning a lot.
Okay. I wonder if Elon Musk, one of his Optimus robots could become a referee. I mean, why not?
Why not?
Right?
Well, they're talking
and
about
they'd be so much better.
Well, I guarantee they'll move quicker than me.
Well, they will move quicker, and the eyesight, because they're not locked into 2 eyes.
Right.
You can see 360 around you. You can see somebody when they're throwing elbows, and they can probably do a probability check of that's fake.
Right.
You're fake acting there.
Yeah, because when you referee, if the ball's on the other side of where you're at, you're not watching a ball. You're watching the back of the play.
Right.
And that's my hardest thing is not to go watch the ball.
Yeah.
Because
you want to see where it's going.
Yeah, and I got to watch the backside because that's when you get the clips and different things like that. So
AI referees, that's what Elon should do is introduce them there. Don't do domestic tasks first. Do NBA games.
Well, I mean, they'll have to actually call traveling in the NBA?
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, we'll be right back.
Cancer service and get your first month for free. Renaissance Athletic Club, fitness through community.
Mostly sunny skies today. After a cool morning, we're going to end up with warm temperatures. We're going to end up around 78 along the lakeshore, 80 degrees inland. It's going to be warm. Down to 52 tonight with partly cloudy skies, and the cooler air starts to filter in tomorrow. A few scattered showers. High temperatures back near 70. We'll be back into the lower 60s on Sunday. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, happy Friday. Thanks for coming along and being part of the WSJM Morning Show. It's 7:49. That means 11 minutes before 8 o'clock. That's when we'll check in with ABC for the latest national, international news, and then the latest updates from our WSJM newsroom as well. I'm Ken Lundberg. We've got Brett Witkowski over here as well. His ear is feeling better, right?
A little bit. It's just, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. He was just sitting here and he was goofing off, popping his back, and then all of a sudden he decided, my ear's going to go crazy, wonky. Yeah. So you're feeling better now, though.
Yeah, I still feel a little pressure in there, which kind of bothers me.
Okay. All right. Well, go get it checked out. Cancel one of the 20 games you're going to referee over the next week. And
what was I thinking?
Yeah. Anyway,
my goodness.
we
I looked
told
at that schedule and make you idiot. I can't even do 2 games and not hurt.
We were talking a little bit last hour about Crocs and dogs. We didn't get to the story, so we better talk about it now. Dog owners who like to wear Crocs. Do you have Crocs?
No, I do not.
Do you like Crocs? Do you want a pair of Crocs?
I do not want a pair. I see a lot of them.
Why don't you want a pair of Crocs?
The girls I coach. I don't know. Just don't appeal to me. I feel like I should be in the Holland Dutch parade.
Yeah, clogging. Okay, you can stop the clogging now. But they look, I don't know, they look uncomfortable for me. They feel uncomfortable, and because there's always that flippy floppy type thing. They're just not tight. I don't like them. I see people wearing my sons. Sometimes they wear socks with them. It's just
I see that all the time.
It's the weirdest thing ever.
Yep.
Anyway, the other thing that scares me about it, I just remember this one news story about wearing Crocs on escalators. There's a high probability you'll get caught in the escalator.
Really?
Your clogs will get caught because they're soft and they're plastic and it's sinking down into the stair thing. And then all of a sudden, when you try to get off, nope, it's going to suck you back in. And there goes your foot.
I like escalators. They used to have one to get to the bluff back in the day from.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like human operated?
You know where this the ramp is? Not the stairs.
Where?
From the bluff going down.
Yeah.
There used way back in the day.
Yes, I know where the ramp is.
There was an escalator there.
There was an escalator there?
Correct.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Not like it was like a flat one that just took you up. It wasn't like one with the
Was
stairs.
that part of the interurban train system?
I'm not sure if that was part of that or was put in from
Learned
the
about that
Whitcomb
yesterday.
Hotel.
Yeah. We had a good discussion about that yesterday.
You did?
At the county administration building. Yeah. If you're not familiar, it's called
been a long time.
It's called the interurban train rail system, whatever.
Yeah.
And I think it was an electric train, right?
Correct. I think it went between Benton Harbor and St. Joe.
Did it go further? I think it went further.
Is that the one that went all the way
Coloma?
like Bering Springs and South Bend?
I think it also went to Baroda. Was it Baroda? We'll find out. We'll find somebody to come talk to us about it.
I do know a gentleman who lives trains.
Who?
A gentleman named Roger Morissette.
Okay.
He's a big Saint. He'll be going with us to the St. Joe game.
We should probably have him on the show then.
He is. He'll.
Okay, we'll talk about
knows
trains.
trains.
But I don't know how we got from Crocs to trains. Oh, it was because the escalators.
Escalator, and I went off subject then.
That's all right. Dog owners who like to wear Crocs can now match with their pups on walks, trips to the park, grocery store, wherever you're going. The popular footwear brand Crocs announced this week that they are releasing Pet Crocs. It's a version of its clogs for dogs. Clogs for dogs.
Very catchy.
That writes itself. Along with the matching classic lined clogs for humans later on this month. The dog booties, made in partnership with the dog-centric company Bark, feature breathable EVA foam and an adjustable strap. And they come in 3 different sizes for your dogs: small, medium, and large. And they're designed for dogs weighing up to 80 pounds.
Wow, that's a big dog.
There are 2 glow-in-the-dark options for the Pet Crocs. And you can also get green slime and pink dragon fruit. Yeah. What are you doing over there? You checking your smartphone?
Check my meals at work.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Dog owners will also be able to decorate their clogs with the exclusive dog gibbets charms.
Gibbets?
Yeah, I got nothing on that. Both the Pet Crocs and the matching clogs are available for a limited time at crocs.com and in select retail stores starting October 23rd, which also apparently happens to be Croc Day. October 23rd is Croc Day.
There's a day for everything.
There is a day. You can apply for days for you can
like who approves them?
Like we can do the Ken and Friends morning show day.
Who approves them?
Anyone you give $5 to.
Kind of like name your star.
What's the price of the? Yeah, I have a star named after me.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. My former Senate staff gave it to me when I was working.
Where's your star at?
That way,
the galaxy,
right up there. The Pet Crocs are listed for $50. $50. The matching classic lined clogs clogs rather are $65. So if for some reason you want booties for your dog, which is important for ice, although I have bought 2 pair of dog booties, neither of them worked because the dog
they don't like them.
Yeah, just shook its
or hot asphalt.
Hot asphalt. They don't like hot asphalt too.
And
yes,
burns their feet.
That is correct. Thank you for that public service message.
Always looking out for the animals of our
You
community.
should be. All right, we've got more to come. News in just a couple of minutes. We'll probably talk some more of foosball and other
Sweet.
things here in the next couple of minutes. Because are you here till? No, you've got to go at 8:00, don't you?
Right, we got to do that.
Okay, we'll do that thing. All right, we'll talk more in just a moment on the WSJM Morning Show.
Are you sick of personal attacks and negative campaigning? I'm Bill Huizinga.
Oh boy. Let's see. We'll do that one, and we'll do that one.
Yeah, I'll see about Roger Cummins some Friday.
Yeah, I think that would be interesting because, from my understanding, the train went all over the place.
It did,
and it was electric.
I think did it run through the 1950s.
Again,
I'll get you.
These
some
are the
info.
questions that we have. Yeah, talk to him.
I will. He'll be riding with us to the game.
Okay. Does he wear an engineer's cap?
Nope.
Okay.
Dave and Paul gave us permission to give him rides because he can't drive anymore.
Oh, let's
So
see.
that was
Teresa. Teresa says, "I hear there's going to be another hurricane that's supposed to hit Florida on Thursday." Oh my goodness.
Oof.
We'll have to look for that one. Teresa, I agree with you. Clogs do look uncomfortable, and they are uncomfortable. Teresa also says, "I know Roger." Oh, she knows Roger.
Oh, good.
And she says, when you see Roger, tell him Teresa Yor said hi.
I will say hi to him today for you.
Okay. And, yours didn't like the rain, LOL. Are you talking about your pet, your dog, Teresa? Your dog didn't like the rain? Mine, Russell, the Portuguese water dog, doesn't like water. You can't get him to get into Lake Michigan, but he does not mind the rain.
Really?
Well, he goes out into the rain, brings it all back in, and then shakes when he's inside. I don't know. He practices that.
Just to aggravate you?
Just to aggravate me. We have a new haircut on the dog right now.
Looks like you got a buzz.
I cut it. I did it myself.
Did you really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a Flowbee?
I wish I had a Flowbee.
Remember those?
I do remember the commercials.
I
for
actually
those.
have a friend who had one or
Yeah?
has one. Yeah.
Did he use it on you or?
No, well, this took a lot of work. I'm going to tell you what. This is no.
I still think the Flowbee was one of the best inventions ever because you don't have to clean up. All the hair just goes right into the vacuum.
Yeah. So for our listeners, it was do your own haircut that was attached to your vacuum cleaner. And when you cut
Did
your
you
hair,
have to bring your own vacuum cleaner for that?
I thought you did.
I think you're probably right. You're probably right.
So, okay, well,
going.
I'll get you one. I'll see if my friend still has it.
The Flowbee? No.
Yeah, we can do it here on the
No,
air.
that'd be gross.
fun.
You're weird.
So you cut your own hair?
I do. I've been doing that for decades.
It looks like it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
How in the world do you cut your own hair?
There's a lot of mirror work.
How long does it take you?
I don't know. About a half hour.
Like by
That includes the
scissors?
cleanup.
Scissors or electric?
I do the scissors for the cleanup. Yeah. But most of it's electric.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
If you
you ever go to a barber?
can count backwards from 8, you
Yeah.
can cut your own hair.
Well, I know I can. It wouldn't take much at all.
But can you count backwards from 8?
I did that one time for surgery.
Oh, yeah.
And went down to 0 and kept going.
Did you really? They
Yeah.
didn't give you enough
It was
drugs?
bad.
Oh no.
It was really bad.
Did they give you more juice after that?
Yeah, which made it even worse.
Ugh.
I went in. So when I was playing college football, I blew my knee out.
It's got to be a short story because I got to get back.
Went in for knee surgery. They gave me the knock me out. Didn't work. Gave me some more. It was so much my heart stopped.
Oh dear Lord,
in
that's not
recovery.
good at all.
No, it was not. I heard them.
Did it
saying
restart?
Cold blue. It started on its own.
Oh, okay.
But they all rushed in on cold blue.
We'll be right back.
94.9 WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph. Depend on us. The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
Next hour, we have Flick Pick.
Oh,
yeah. Andrew Green is going to review the new Joker movie. That one has been getting panned all over the place. So I'm really curious what Andrew has to say. Yes, that means bad. It means it got really bad. It's 8 o'clock. We've got ABC News, then our local news is next.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Milton's just.
All right. Thank you for watching on the video live stream. Have a great weekend. Be very good. And enjoy the 80-degree temperatures outside today.
Well,
if you're able.
Help me out too.
Oh, yeah. I got to help you out. All right. I'll be right back. Well, no, I'll be back with Mike Weibel next Monday. And he'll be coming into the studios here in a minute.
He's on his way.
Okay. Very good. All right. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.